Hey guys, it's Ryan and today we're going to create a gun shooting effect. First of all, let me explain why there's no super cool action video for the intro. Basically, we went out to film in the snow and we ran into the abominable snowman and then we went for a few drinks. No seriousness, my friends were cold and they were crying. I won't mention the names, we'll just call them Maith and Lawton. Okay, let's get started. First of all, you need to download the project in the underbar. Click the link and download it. Okay, now we have it download. There's an SD and an HD version. SD for people with less powerful computers so that they can also follow this tutorial. Now right click on the file and open it with WinZip or WinRAR or whatever you may have. A folder will come up and you can drag and drop it to your desired location. Now double click the file and look at the contents. Hold down the mouse button and drag over all the icons. Apart from the copyright file, you can deselect it by holding Control and clicking on it. Now with the rest of the files selected, drag and drop them into After Effects. Click and drag the gun shooting footage into the Make New Comp icon. Scroll to the point of action, which is about 2.8 seconds in. Now drag the muzzle flash over and place it over the top of the gun. You will have to rotate it, so drag it from right to left, like so. Place the muzzle flash over the tip of the gun. Now trim the muzzle flash layer to 1 frame. You can do this by dragging both ends of the layer to meet at the 2.8 second frame. Now duplicate the muzzle flash layer by going to Edit, Duplicate or Control and D for the shortcut. Now reposition the muzzle flash layer to frame 2 seconds 20. And now line it up with the tip of the gun again. Now hold Control and click both muzzle flash layers. Change the blending modes to screen. If your blending options aren't there, click on the toggle switch button below. This will open the window for the blending modes. Okay, good. We're going to drag the smoke layer over the tip of the gun. The best thing now is that everything's easy to time. Just align the smoke layer with the muzzle flash. Trim the first frame off the smoke layer to time it a little better. Once it's all aligned, change the blending mode to screen. Now duplicate the smoke layer by clicking Control D or Edit Duplicate and time it with the other muzzle flash layer. Now it's time for some sound. You'd usually use another program for sound, but we're just going to use After Effects for now. Drag and drop the MP5 sound effect on the timeline and line it up with the muzzle flash layer. If you need to adjust the volume for any reason, just click on the arrow key and turn down the audio levels, or if you hit L or LL you can bring up the audio levels and the waveform. Anyways, duplicate the MP5 and align it with the second muzzle flash. We now have sound and the shot looks pretty good. Alright, now it's time for the black bars. I've put the black bars there in case the smoke goes over the original black bars. I'll show you what I mean. If I drag the smoke further down, you can see the smoke on the black bars. I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube where this has happened. Don't make the mistake. Remember to put the black bars on top of the rest of the layers, on top of all of the layers. Click on Layer, New Adjustment Layer. Now with the adjustment layer still selected, go to Effect, Color Correction, Curves. Now crank up the curves, and now all the layers have just got brighter. Click on the blending options and change it from normal to screen. Click on the mask tool, which looks like a pen, or G for the shortcut. Now what we're going to do is cut around all the places that you'd think would be affected by the light from the gun. So for instance, the gun, my head, my arm and the wall. To apply the mask, simply click on the screen and start to cut around the areas that you would think would be affected by the light. To close a mask, join the last point to the first point. After doing so, click on the selection tool V for the shortcut. Now click on the adjustment layer arrow to bring up the mask options, or hit F to bring up the feathering options. We want to adjust all the masks, so hold select and click the top mask and the bottom mask, and that should select them all. If not, hold Control and select them individually. Now drag the feather up to about 100 and I'll click on the mask I made on the wall and feather that a little better so it blends a lot smoother. Now trim the layer and align it with a muzzle flash, but instead of one frame we're going to make this on two. Now duplicate the layer and time it up with the second muzzle flash. Now click on the arrow to bring up the options, or hit T to bring the opacity up. We are going to keyframe the first and last frame of this layer. Make the first keyframe 100% and the last one 0%, so it kind of fades over time. Do the same again. You could have just duplicated this layer after you made the keyframes, but I thought you may need practice. And now you're complete. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you'll enjoy the free stock footage. And if you do follow this tutorial, I'd like to see your video as a reply. I hope you had fun and I hope you learned something. Ryan out.